Hi everybody, this is Toffee bringing you chapter 11 of my 4 Kings 100% Growth LTC. The mid-game of 4 Kings is a route split with the map switching between Walter and Lionel snake style. We start with the Walter map where we need to seize the gate. The main strategy is basically the same as the old run, with some minor changes to EXP and staff management. We need Bradley and Lydia to hit level 10 by the end of this map. Ava chips that Myrmidon down to set up a kill for Bradley with the Javelin. Bradley uses the Javelin rather than the Saunian to make sure that he can still counter at one range, which will keep the fighter away from him on enemy phase. Because Chase hit C staves in the previous map, he can sneak in a barrier use here. Chase's EXP management to reach his benchmark for chapter 21 does end up being pretty tight, so any and all improvements to his staff usage over the old run are greatly appreciated. To get a 3 turn of this map, we need Dorian to be dropped onto a specific square. This requires an 8 move unit, here Sean, to rescue him, and Shelby's Phantom to take drop him. Chase equipped the Fimble better, and that lets him cleanly one round that general. He dropped Ava in that spot to make sure that the general would go for him rather than anybody else, since that general does have 1 to 2 range. Lucatus is not going to help with the main clear and is instead heading left to get us the guiding ring dropped by the Berserker in the south, and farm the last bit of EXP he needs to gain his final level up as an unpromoted unit. The reason Dorian needed to be dropped onto that specific square is so that he can dance for Sean after he uses his full movement on turn 2. Dancing Sean from this tile lets him drop Walter exactly 5 squares away from the seize point. Bradley equips the Axe Reaver and visits the village to recruit Wilson. Because Bradley is stronger than he was in the old run, he's actually strong enough to one round the Wyverns and farm even more EXP that way. We rescue drop Dorian backwards so that he doesn't face an unnecessarily high chance of death from the enemies to the left. Since there's a line of monks guarding the boss, we need to get an extra combat unit up to the front to clear the path for Sean to get to the boss, and that extra unit is Chase. Wilson is a glass cannon archer who comes ready to promote. His PRF is the Gatling bow, a powerful brave bow that weighs a sack of bricks. He will occasionally do filler combat things during the mid game. Lydia does overshoot level 10 by a bit, but all of her actions to spam staves were useful for our long-term objectives anyway, so I don't think there's anything serious you could have done by, say, rerouting one of Dorian's dances that she got earlier in the run. I probably should have had Chase use Thunder rather than Spark and save the weapon uses, but oh well. I do get all the mileage out of it I need on later maps, so no harm was done. So that's sick 1% crit that Pirate had on Wilson, by the way. Ron hits level 10, meaning he's ready to promote whenever we have a spare Night Crest. Though there is enough time that I end up squeezing an extra level into him. Ruby's staff usage is an improvement over the old run. He gets 2 mend uses in. With this kill on the Druid, Bradley hits level 10 right on time for when he needs to promote. Priest to the North has a stealable body ring. Unlike the old run, this body ring is not strictly necessary for any turn saves, but I do get it because I didn't really need to divert that Dance of Dorian on turn 3 elsewhere, and the body ring does slightly improve the combat performance of one of our late game units. And something I didn't mention earlier is that unlike conventional GBA FE, monks and bishops are basically magic sword masters on the enemy side in this hack. This is a boss kill Sean is better at taking than Chase, actually, because the boss has a ton of res, meaning Chase doesn't do all that much damage to him unless we did something like raking a Fimbulwetter crit, which we totally could have done, to be fair. And that is chapter 11 in 3 turns. I'll see you next time.